Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Star Wars Imperial Patrol Battle Pack for the Solo movie. Now this is a little bit unusual for modern battle packs from LEGO in that it includes a full, basically minifig scaled and canonical, fairly accurate vehicle or structure. In this case it's a vehicle. Usually they nowadays give us, something that's non-canonical, expanded universe, or a real miniaturization based on something that's real. But this is actually a pretty good build. It has two stud shooters on the front, one on either side, and they give you some extra studs for that as well. Very easy to get to those with your fingers as you're playing with it. They don't give you any pieces to make it stand up, to actually have it look like it's hovering, but I think that's really easy to do because with this fairly simple build, you can attach anything you want to the underside. It just uses the modern Technic pin-based hinges for the sides that basically just droop off a center core. It has a really interesting initial build, and you can easily just open this up and see how you've got some Technic pieces in there with the lift arms and also Technic bricks, and all this is just, it's really just draped there, so you really have this interesting almost crankshaft looking core frame, and then these plate builds just go on top of that. That is a printed insignia right there. They give you a total of 3 of those in the set, 2 officially plus 1 extra because it is such a small piece, just in case one gets lost. You get the stacked engines on the back with the old Bionicle Baraki eye pieces, what those originally were, and here they are in trans light blue. I think trans medium blue, which looks very similar, is actually more common for those, so it's nice to see those. And the figure sits there just fine. He's not able to hold on to the handlebars exactly, but it's pretty close. This thing looks very displayable to me. Could use a little bit more detail, but it's really easy to add that detail. Oh, another Bionicle piece on the front also. Borak eye in just a solid black. I think it looks fine, and it's massable too. It's another thing where if you get multiples of this set to get more of the figures, you get more of the speeder, and it's not a bad thing. You don't find yourself wishing you had something else instead. It's perfectly fine to get numbers of these. So I think this is really good, a nice inclusion for a figure pack. So here are a couple of the figures. On the left there is an Imperial Emigration officer, not immigration, emigration with an E, seen in even the first trailer. And she is not supposed to be a particularly friendly character, so she definitely doesn't look it. She's supposed to be providing security, I'm assuming. And on the right is an Imperial Recruitment Officer, also the type of individual featured in the first trailer for the Solo movie. It's a little bit odd to me to get the Recruitment Officer in this pack. Definitely not a massable character. You could see him as being any kind of officer, so it doesn't hurt to have multiples of these, but I think a lot of fans would have preferred another Stormtrooper or another, fully armored and helmeted white-based trooper in this pack rather than that guy, or maybe rather than the Emigration Officer. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments which of these you would rather have seen replaced with another type of figure, if you would have preferred a replacement at all. If you like both of these, you think they were good inclusions, let that be known too. I'm interested to see what folks think about that. But you get an alternate face for one of them, not for the other. It's too bad that this one has that strap built in, so kind of limits the use of that figure. You need to have something that's a helmet that comes enough down around the sides to make that kind of work, to make it make sense. But that's okay. It's always nice to get a second face. I think that the torsos look just fine. They are well printed. They are well produced. So pretty good stuff there. And then here are the 2 technically not stormtroopers. They are technically patrol troopers, but they look basically like stormtroopers with just a different color scheme for the helmet. This is the newer style of helmet, the newer mold for the Solo movie in particular, which I feel kind of tries to create a connection between the original trilogy design and what we saw in Rogue One for the Scarif troopers and the shore troopers and such, with that extra forehead extension, just a little bit of common design DNA there. Really nice torso prints, I think. The hip prints are fine. They're just a little bit offset. Leg prints are okay, not great. Helmet prints, very, very nice. I like all the small details. I like how crisp the lines are. I like the use of the grays and the blacks together, not either or. Goes all the way around the back. Really good coverage, good opacity. I feel like that color scheme works nicely, to bring in something that's different, that's not just white, but still is very, very compatible with even the most classic of Star Wars stuff. So I feel like this is, nicely synergistic. It doesn't try to take things in a different direction, offer something new without killing the past, if you will. I wish that they would offer something new, though, for the faces, rather than angry clone and 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 angry. Yeah, the builds in these battle packs are usually just kind of side things, and in some cases they kind of strike me as just extra parts that you can use to make something of your own or to add to your own other sets. But here, this is something that if the solo movie ends up being good, I think a lot of people will want to hold on to for quite some time, and might even want to have like a couple of those just posed, somewhere in a little display. They actually look kind of nice, and again, it's basically minifig scaled here, which is unusual to get. I mean, it's hard enough to get proper minifig scaled stuff from Lego as it is, but yeah, this really stands out as a build. Even though it is a little bit simple, could use a little more detailing, but I think that's nice. These troopers are done very nicely. Let me know what you think about these two. I would like to have seen one of them replaced for this. The more I think about it, maybe it would have been this one, because of just the limited applications in stories that people would make up for themselves, in addition to kind of the limited use in the movies. That said, though, when I was a kid, I really liked the Death Star troopers, which looked very similar to this, because they just looked cool to me. So again, that's very subjective. Let me know what you think, but that's it for this review. Hope I did okay, showed you what you wanted to see. I'll talk to you again soon.